Hello everyone, welcome back to another day in the 100 days graphic design challenge. So without wasting much of our time, I'm using this 980 by 1358 pixels. So very quickly, I'll click create. Next thing I'm going to do is to import all my resources I'll be using for this design. I have them selected. I drag it in Photoshop like this, and I bring this here, increase it this way like this. Okay, and then I'll just hit enter. Okay, I bring this one, I bring it this way. I'll just increase it a little bit and I'll hit enter. And I have the third one, I'll just hit enter and close the eyes. So this is what I have here. I'm just going to click on this and then use my brush tool. I'll increase the size. I'll just erase this way. Okay, I'll just erase it like this. Okay, so this is what we have here. Then I'm just going to drop my tool. Okay, I'll just click on this one. I'll just hide off, okay, the sharp edges. I'll just clean them off. So I click here and then I'm just going to use my brush tool. I'll reduce this a little and then I'll just wipe this off like this. Then after that, the next thing I'm going to do is to edit, is to Ctrl J. First of all, I'll Ctrl J, then I'll click on this and I'll right click and I'll delete. I'll select this and then I'm just going to head over to my filter and I'm going to use camera raw filter. I'll wait for it to load. Okay, so now it has loaded up. I'm just going to increase the texture like this. I don't want it to be too much, so I just increase the white, reduce the blacks, the highlights not too much, the shadows I'll reduce it, and then I'll increase the vibrance not too much. I'll just click OK. So we have something like this. Then I'll just head over to my select and I'm going to click subject. I'll wait for it to select the subject in this image. Okay, I've selected, so I'll just click on this to have something like this. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'll select this and I'll select this one and then I'll just increase it. I'll use my Ctrl T. Okay, I'll just increase it a little bit this way, not too much. Okay, then I'll hit enter. And the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in a layer. I'll click here, then I will use my brush tool. I'm using this color. Okay, I'll just click OK, then I'll increase this. I'll take my flow to 100 and then I'll just drag it over like this. Okay, then I'll just head over to this place and I'll change it to screen. Okay, so this is what we have. Then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to click this, I'll Ctrl T and I'll take it up a bit. Okay, to have something like this, and I'll drag it up a little bit. I'll just hit enter. Okay, so this is what we have. Then I'll click on this image beneath, this one, the one beneath it. So I'll just click on it. I'm going to head over to filter and I'm going to click my camera raw filter. Okay, so now it has loaded up. I'm just going to do the same thing, but I won't do this one too much. Okay, after that I'm just going to click OK. Okay, so you have something like this. As you can see, the blue that was here is no more visible that much. Okay, so this is what we have. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in my text. I'm just going to type very quickly, caps lock, bedtime stories for kids. Okay, so I'm just going to click properties. I'll change the font. I'm going to be using MAK Makeba. Okay, so I have here. I'll wait for it. Okay, then I'll just increase this. Now double click like this. Okay, I'll click this. I'll click this. Okay, so before I continue with this, I'm just going to add a color to my background. I'll click this and I'll click solid color. I'm just going to click Ctrl V. Okay, Windows V. I'll bring in my color here. I'll just click OK. This is my color. Then I'll just head over to this image and I'm going to use overlay to have something like this. Okay, then I'll just continue with my text. I'm just going to say bedtime stories. I will increase this like this. Then I'll just change the color. I'll head back to properties. I'll wait for it. Okay, I'm just going to pick this. Okay, I'll make it bright. Okay, so I'll just click OK and then I head back to my layers and then I double click. Okay, now it has loaded up, so I'm just going to add a stroke like this. Okay, I'm using 27 outside, normal opacity at 100. I'll just click OK. I'll increase this. I increase this a little bit more. I'm just going to keep it here and then I'll hit enter. Okay, so this is what we have, and the last thing I'm going to add here is to type in my text. Windows V. Okay, I already have it here, so I'm just going to select this, head back to my properties. I'm going to be using Kidzonia. Okay, this is it, so I'll click on it and I will change this to black. Okay, better still, I can just use not too dark, just a dark shade. Okay, to have something like this, I'm just going to increase this like this. I'll drop my tool and I'll bring this here this way. I'll bring it this way. Okay, so this is what we have. I'll just click on this and then I'll head back to this. I'll just take this to 0. Okay, this is okay. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do, I have my stars. I open it up, I click on it, I'll take it up like this and then I'll just increase this and I'll increase this. Okay, enter. Then I'm just going to change this to screen. I'm just going to use screen. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, before I save it, I'm just going to click on this and I'll edit this. I will hide this, close the eyes, and then I'll click on this and I'm going to say bed. I'll remove the space in between. Let's see. Okay, I think this one is okay. I'll just leave it this way. Then I'm just going to open up this. Once again, I'll click this and I'll align it. Okay, then I'm just going to click my shift Ctrl S to save. I'll save it as front bedtime and then I'm just going to take it to JPEG, save. Okay, this is what we have here. Then I'm just going to, the next thing I'm going to do, I'll click this, shift this, all the backgrounds, and then together with my star, I'll just click Ctrl G to group them. Okay, I didn't bring in this, so I'll just put this in it to have something like this. Then I'll just close this, close this. Okay, then I'll just right click and I'll select pick export as PNG. This is it, so I'll just select it. I'm just going to type background. Okay, I'll just save. Okay, I'll just click new and then I'm just going to create a new layer. I want to do the back, so I have something like this. Then I bring in my image that I saved, head back to downloads. Okay, I bring this in, I'll drag it into Photoshop like this, and I'm going to hit enter. Then I'll click on this, I'm going to click on this, I'll add a solid color. I'll just click one of these, so I'll just do this. Okay, to have something like this. Then I'll click on my background, I'll click on this, I'll take it to a dark color. Okay, if I see that none is working, I'll just use this. I'll reduce the opacity to 50. Okay, I'll just use multiply. I'll increase this a bit to have something like this. Okay, then the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in, I head back to this, I open up this one, I click on it, and I'll bring it. Okay, Ctrl Z, I'll just close this, and then I'll open up this image. This is it, so I'll click on it, I'll bring it forward like this. Okay, then I'll click and I'll drag it into this place, and I'll drop it here. Then I'll just increase it. Okay, I'll just reduce it. I'm trying to do the back cover. Okay, I'll just bring this here and I'll hit enter. And the next thing I'm going to do is to, okay, I'll just reduce this a bit more like this. Then I'll bring this here and make sure it's centered. Enter. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is to bring in my text. I'm just going to type, go to type, I'll click paste lorem ipsum to have something like this. So I'll just click on this and I'll change the color to white. First of all, I'll give this 0 and I'll change this to white. Okay, then I'm just going to reduce this. Okay, then I'll just paste this. Okay, that's too much, I'll just do this. I'll increase this. Okay, that's too much. Okay, this is okay. Then I'll just use this one and I'll drag. Okay, to have something like this. Then I'll just drop my 2 of fit screen. So I'll just head back to my layers, and then I'm just going to change the, I'm just going to reduce the opacity of this so that my text can be visible to some extent. Okay, I'll just leave it this way. Then I have something like this, and then I'll double click, I'll head back to properties, I'll wait for it to load, then I'll reduce this, and then I'll just give it this. Okay, that's too much, I'll just leave it at 12. Then I'll increase this to 19. This is okay. So we have something like this. Then I'm just going to say, I'm just going to add my ISBN number. Okay, then I'll just bring in my rectangle, I'll drag it here this way, I'll maintain alignment. So I'll take this to white and I'll remove the stroke. Then I'm just going to type random text. I'll just say ISBN, I'll just type random numbers. Okay, I have something like this. Okay, I'll just increase this, I'll use my caps lock ISBN. Okay, we now have something like this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to change this. So I head over to my text and I'm going to use this. Okay, I'll change the color to black. Okay, then and I'll drag it into this place. Okay, so I have something like this. I'll just double click it and I'll edit it. I'll just clean up some parts to have something of this nature. Then I'll increase it. Okay, that's too much. Okay, then this way, like this, I'm just going to hit enter. So this is what we have. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to just, last thing I'll do, I'll just bring in my text and I'll say, okay, I'll change this. I'm going to use Kidzona. Okay, and I'll say book a book for your kids. Okay, I have something like this. Then I'll just change this to white. Okay, so this is what I have. Then I'll just reduce this. Okay, I'll align it. I'll bring it here so that it has the same with this one. Okay, so I'll just use this to confirm. Okay, I'll just reduce this. I'll click here. I'll use my shift. I'll bring this down. Okay, I bring this here. I'll use my shifts, take this up. Okay, so I'll just do the same. Okay, it's aligned. Okay, let's see. I'll just click on this and then I'll bring it this way. Okay, so this is what we have. Then I'm just going to click on it. I'll change the alignment. I'll use this. Okay, I'll bring it this way. I'll just bring it this way. Okay, so with that we have come to the end of this design. So very quickly I'm just going to do the spine and the let me just change this to this one. I'll just leave it this way, bring it here. Okay, so very quickly I'm just going to do the spine and the mock-up. You can check out our previous videos on how to create the mock-up, so I'll just do it very quickly, and with that we'll have come to the end of this particular design. So I'll see you in the next video. Please like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.